Coming in at number 15 is Angie Martinez. Angie was placed number 12 last year, so she's doing a little bit worse. But the veteran radio personality is featured on the Angie Martinez show on New York's Power 105.1, and Angie's always been one of my favorites. She's got 972.5 thousand on X and 1 million followers on IG. In the last year, she's interviewed Doja Cat, Jeezy, and Glorilla. Angie, her style is more conversational. She's like mother hen in hip hop, always smiling and laughing, and has that reputation to get people on their emotional side. Coming in number 14 is Bootleg Kev. This guy's had a slow grind, but he's one of the biggest names out there in hip hop, that's for sure. He wasn't even on the list last year as well. You can hear him on Bootleg Kev podcast, the Bootleg Kev show. He's not one to get the big names in hip hop, more like the legendary names, the veterans. But he does mix it up from time to time. He's got 128,000 followers on IG and 395,000 on YouTube. I personally like Bootleg Kev because of his interview style. Very relaxed, just a normal conversation, feels like one of your friends. Coming in number 13 is Rory and Mal. They used to work with Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast, so they had their rift. And they too were not even on the list last year at all, so congratulations to them to actually making it. And you can hear them on the new Rory and Mal. Now, I wouldn't say I listen to these guys that often, but when I do, it's always lively hip-hop debates and just regular conversations you have with your peoples. They have 84.4 thousand followers on IG and 273,000 on YouTube. The most memorable moment that I really can remember for me was them hinting at the release of Drake's Push-Ups. Obviously they have a good relationship with Drake, so they got the inside scoop. Coming in at number 12, it's Lil Yachty and Mitch. Once again, these guys were not even on the list last year, but they can be heard on the Safe Space podcast. Now, as you can imagine with Lil Yachty, there's just so much jokes, so much banter involved in this podcast. But these guys have an 85.9 thousand following on Instagram and 308,000 on YouTube. So they're doing pretty good. Coming in number 11 is Noriega. That's how we used to call him back in the day. Obviously, he is known from doing Drink Champs, and last year he came in at number 5. So you're slipping, Nori. I joke. He boasts a 1.6 million IG followers and 574,000 on X. Jeez, that's a lot of numbers. Obviously, we all know Drink Champs style. They drink, they smoke, and it's all based on hip-hop legends who don't get their shine, wanting to give them their flowers while they're still around. Memorable moments for these guys, well, for Nori, it's gotta be the Benzino interview where he was just, the guy was crying, speaking about Eminem, apologizing, wanting to fight him. He was a bit epic. But he does his thing with DJ Effin. Everybody in hip-hop passes through there. I'm surprised he's at 11, to be honest with you. Number 10 comes in Nardwar. This guy's a joker. He was at number 22 last year, and now he's made it all the way to 10. He's got 2.2 million IG followers and 3 million on YouTube, which is pretty impressive, I ain't gonna lie. I know he's been around a long time with his weird kind of crazy interview style. Pretty eccentric guy. But one thing for sure, he's definitely entertaining. He's had some of the biggest stars in rap, but in the last year he's had Tyler the Creator and Ice Spice. Coming in number 9 is Gilly and Wallow. Last year they were placed at number 4, so they've slipped a little bit. And I can understand, they don't really have those big interviews that caught everybody's radar in the last year. But their show is $1 million worth of game. Gilly has 3.6 million followers on IG. Wallow has 2.6, and then collectively they have 1.57 on YouTube. They have a great banter, comedic, honest conversations. They have a good rapport as well, the way they communicate with each other. You could tell they actually really get along. And what I like about them, they mix it up. They do kind of stay in their lane in terms of their age of guess they do have, but they still respect the youngsters as well. Coming in number 8 is Anthony Fantano. This guy I do like. I do like the shows he does on YouTube. He's very good at explaining stuff. But last year he actually ranked number 13, so big up to him for getting up to number 8. And his show is The Needle Drop. He's got 2.88 million followers on YouTube and 928,000 on X. Like I said, yeah, he's got in-depth YouTube reviews and commentary. You know, he does like album reviews and commentary on current situations that may pop up on his radar. He's got a very insightful critiquing style, and like I said, he explains himself very well and gets his point across very easy for the listener to understand. Coming in number 7 is Ebro. Ebro was number 13 last year, so he's had a big jump. Big up to Ebro. You can hear Ebro on the Ebro in the Morning, the Ebro Show Rap Life Review. So he's on a few things, you know. He boasts an 842,000 IG followers and 300,000 on X. So he's not the biggest in terms of followers on this list, but he still has done his thing in the last year. The thing I like about Ebro, he's known for his straight talking self. He'll call out an artist, call out anything really. He just tries to be as straightforward and direct with how he gets down. Coming in number 6 is a polarizing one, DJ Vlad, who last year was on number 9 on the list. So he's doing well in the last 12 months. You can find him on Vlad TV, a very popular YouTube channel. He's got 984,000 followers on IG and then 5.87 million on YouTube. Now Vlad, we all know, he's not one to get like necessarily the big, most popular artists when they're on top. He's more likely to get them before they pop or when people are on their way out. He interviews a whole bunch of different people, from ex-mafia people to musicians from other genres and hip-hop. But no doubt, he's kind of like the forefather in hip-hop in terms of this YouTube thing. Vlad's most highlighted moment in the last 12 months has to be solving the Tupac murder, which is what he claims to have done. He just interviewed Keefy D, who snitched on himself.